Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Down South Armory. I'm Sean. Thanks for joining us. Today's discussion is going to be two topics. One, the issues I've been having with the Glock 43, and then kind of a small review of the Smith & Wesson Shield 9mm. Now, I know that I have said in past videos that I was going to do a torture test of the Glock, and I know I haven't done it, and these are the reasons why. I have not been able to get this little son of a gun to run reliably. I haven't been able to do it until recently. I've had failures to feed, failures to extract, failures to fire. I mean, complete just dead triggers or light primer strikes. It's been driving me insane. I've sent this gun back to Glock 3 separate times. Now, one time was to have the slide refinished because, live here in Georgia, and in summertime, it gets anywhere from 90 to 110, with, 90 to 100% humidity. And with this being a deep concealed carry weapon, sweat gets on it and it started rusting. Up in here, up at the front sight, underneath the slide, it was rusting. And I'm sorry, Glock, if you're going to design a deep carry weapon, and it's going to be sold in the South, it's going to be sold places where it's hot, where it's humid, it needs to be able to withstand that. So, I don't know what y'all's issue was, but, you kind of need to correct that. Now, the other issue I was having was they corrected the failures to feed and all that. They did some work to the ramp, and they gave me some new magazines, said the ones I had they were having issues with, and instead of just recalling them, they made what they call a rolling change in the production. Now, another issue I was having was the weapon shot way far to the left, meaning that on a D28 at 7 yards, I was having to aim at the right shoulder to hit them in center mass. Now, a lot of people kept telling me, including Glock, change your grip on the weapon. Watch your trigger control. Now, I understand these very small pistols. The smaller the pistol, the more difficult it is to shoot accurately. And I tried all sorts of different grips, trigger pulls. I even swapped out the trigger spring in there. This has got the 3-pound trigger in it. Or 3.5 pound, I'm sorry. It didn't work. It didn't change anything. So I got so sick of it, I drove down to Smyrna, Georgia myself, went to the Glock facility with the weapon, and said, look, this is the issue I'm having. There's a problem with your weapon. Fix it. And they wound up replacing the barrel, because they found in the barrel that there was a slight warp, which was causing the gun to shoot to the left. Now, how that got past Glock's quality control is beyond me. I mean, I've always been, I guess, kind of a Glock fanboy, you can say, just because, they've always worked for me. They've always been dependable. No, they're not going to win a beauty contest. No, their triggers kind of suck. Their sights kind of suck. They're plastic. But they work. I have a Gen 1 17 with, I can't even tell you how many rounds it's had through it, because I believe I'm the second owner of it. And it's never failed me. It's never given me an issue unless it was magazine or ammo related. But a Glock 19 Gen 4 that I had, throwing brass back at me, jamming, just, I don't know what y'all's deal is, but y'all need to correct it. Y'all need to fix it. Now, on the Glock, compared to the Shield, if you can look at it and see why I like these small pistols, is I have a small hand. I have a very small hand. I'm not a big guy. I'm only like 5'8". And with the Glock, if I just load the regular mag in, pinky hangs off the bottom. There's not enough real estate there for me to put my pinky. So I have to have the pinky extension, which is no big deal, but I just wish it gave you some extra rounds, but, it's whatever. I know they make the extenders, I don't like them. And, the stapling's fine on it. It doesn't tear into your hands too bad. It's, the recoil can be a little snappy on it compared to the shield, in my opinion. But it's an okay gun. I like the gun, considering. Now, moving over to the shield, I haven't had much time with this pistol. I've maybe put 200 rounds through it, 300 rounds. But I have not had any issues. It shoots more accurately than my Glock. The trigger, I feel, the factory trigger is superior to the Glock factory trigger, in my opinion. Once again, the stapling that they have on it is nice and comfortable. Yes, it's a little bit wider going this way, but where it breaks at, right there in the curve of my fingers, it works. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, I have noticed one major detriment with the design of this pistol. I love the fact that you get a 7-round and an 8-round. I love that. You get an extra round. Anytime you can get more ammo, it's great. More rounds, it's awesome. Is this spacer right here? If you decide to carry the 7-round, which a lot of people do, because if you put this in there, it does tend to print a little bit more, especially on people, my size, is that this can slide down. And if it slides down and you go to pull it out and charge it and load it, you're not going to be able to seat the mag. So a lot of people have been taking these off. Now, what I found is I even tried it. I took it off. And I noticed that if you take that off, it is possible to overseat the mag. It will overseat. And the ejector, right there, will get bent. And it could cause some issues. Now, did I bend this one? No, I started noticing that when I was trying to load it, that it didn't really stop. It was trying to go past the locking point. So I stopped and took a look at it and saw what was going on. Now, this weapon here is about 2 or 3 years old. It was bought brand new by the individual that I'm loaning it from, and he has carried this thing every day. Well, obviously, besides, while I have it. And he has had no issues with rust, corrosion, nothing. He doesn't even really take care of this thing. I had to clean it and lube it up before I took it to the range because it was bone dry. But the weapon still works. And it works well. So, that's, being that I haven't had much time to spend with it, that's all I can really say about it. The sights are better. The grip, in my opinion, is more comfortable to me than the Glock. The sights are way ahead of the Glock 43s. And from what I'm hearing, people aren't really having issues with the shield. They are having issues with the Glock. So I think after my experience with the shield, I'm going to be heading down to my favorite gun store, picking one of these up. And I'm confident that this will become my everyday carry. That's what I will switch to. So, if y'all have any thoughts or opinions on the matter, or, about either the Glock or the shield that I failed to mention or haven't noticed, or if you have some other information on the shield that I just haven't experienced yet, good or bad. Please drop it in the comments. I always try to respond as quickly to y'all as I can. Once again, thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a good one. And we'll see you next time down on Down South Armory.